Hello everybody, welcome to a brand new video guys. Sorry I have not posted a long form video for a while. Now, yes, I did post 2 Clash of Clans videos, but those were just to fill in the gap of, hey, I'm not able to post any true long form videos right now. In which I have a whole YouTube short about it, and I believe on the second Clash of Clans video I did, I explained why I could not post. So the explanation is literally everywhere. You can find it pretty much. Yeah. But that is not the topic today. Or not the main topic. The main topic of today's video is Disney Star Wars. Now, I am nowhere near the first person to talk about this. But I just want to give y'all my raw opinion on Star Wars because I am a Star Wars fan after all, so I feel like I have a say in some Star Wars media. That's fair, right? Yeah. Let's start from the beginning. The first ever Star Wars movie to be released by Disney, The Force Awakens. Okay. The Force Awakens is nowhere near the worst movie to be released by Disney for Star Wars. What I will say is, hey, they had a couple above average things that weren't good enough to save the movie, but of course, it did save it from being their worst movie, I guess. I take that back. Actually, no, the movie was horrible. But it isn't their worst movie, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. The Force Awakens, I feel like when I first watched it, bro, compared to the other 6 Star Wars movies that came before it, it was just a major drop off. And I'm not trying to say that the George Lucas movies were perfect by any means. They had their own cracks and plot holes of their own. But they were way better than Disney movie, or than any Star Wars Disney movie ever will be, and ever has been. And I'll stand on that. The Force Awakens, I feel like, pretty much already got them off to a bad start, I feel like. And then, this is a little bit out of order, I will say that. The Last Jedi. The Last Jedi, you would think that Disney would learn. Oh wait, and also I forgot to state this too. My bad. The Force Awakens is literally. I forget which movie it is. Frick, my ball knowledge is horrible. I know. I forget which movie it was, but it's just a copy and paste of that big snow planet they had. I think it was pretty much just the Death Star, bigger, quote unquote cooler. Not really. Could destroy more than one planet at one time. Fine, I will glaze that. Not. Ray. I almost tried to state her as well. Let me say this. Kylo Ren had been training with the Force and a lightsaber for a few years by the time that movie comes around. And you're telling me a person who has never once held a lightsaber is beating you in a duel. Yeah, I just don't. I'm not getting it. I'm not really. It's not hitting me. Okay. I'd love Disney to explain that to me, but yeah, it's whatever. Anywho, The Last Jedi. Okay. So I want you to picture The Force Awakens, but like a million times worse. When I first watched this movie, I was I was just sitting on my couch in awe. Like, how can you make something worse than The Force Awakens? I thought The Force Awakens was the rock bottom. No, I could not have been more wrong. I genuinely could not have been any more wrong than that very moment in time. Um, Let me say this. There's this one girl, I don't know her name. She just appeared out of nowhere, and I don't know what Disney's idea with her was, but not a cool character at all. No, eh. Um, yeah, I feel like the movie was just like it lost me every time I tried to get back with it, and then they had like a side story, um, like they had a bunch of side mission kind of things that like they try to make more depth in their pile of dog shit movie, which no, no. Why are we trying here, Disney? I mean, I respect the effort, but yet their effort is going towards dog shit and more dog shit. Um, yeah, it's just not a good movie. Oh, and that final fight with that one dude, I don't know his name. Uh, uh, and you later figure out by the third movie, that he was created by I think his name's Snoke or whatever, was created by Darth Sidious. Um, and he died in the lamest way ever. Not that I mean, he was already kind of lame anyway, to be fair. But yeah, just horrible movie, way worse than The Force Awakens. Um, but you want to talk even worse than The Last Jedi? Well, I can tell you even worse than that. The Rise of Skywalker, even worse. Please, I need to know who let this be released. Whose idea in Disney was it to just say, hey, let's just release this? Because must I say, it was horrible. There were ginormous plot holes. Um, oh, and in previous movies, and even at the beginning of The Rise of Skywalker, Rey's parents were apparently nobody, just for us to find out that Rey's father was Darth Sidious. I mean, holy plot hole, bro. How do you do that? How do you do that? I mean, like, and then like they try to pull off a Darth Vader sequence with Kylo Ren, where he ends up risking his life to save Rey, I guess. And then he ends up dying in the lamest way ever as well. I mean, like, dude. And then Rey, like, used the power of all the Jedi combined, apparently. I don't fucking remember. It's been a while since I've watched the movie. That's why my explanation of all three of these movies is so bad, okay? That's my bad, okay? I haven't watched these. I'm not gonna make myself suffer just to make this video. I'm sorry. I'm not that passionate for this. Well, I am, but I'm not. But you get the point. The Rise of Skywalker was just a pending dog shit, and then Rey had the audacity, um, to call herself a Skywalker. Ugh, no. Ugh. No, there's only only three Skywalker, four of them. Padme, Anakin, Luke, and Leia. Those are the only four I know of. I'm sorry. And let me go into deeper detail about Kylo Ren's character. Basically, his whole purpose was to continue Darth Vader's legacy when hey, correct me if I'm wrong, right before Vader died, didn't he kill Darth Sidious and become a good guy again? Right before his death. I just go correct me if I'm wrong here. He saved Luke, killed Darth Sidious, was electrocuted to death as well, which yeah, I'll throw that in there. Um, and then my boy Kylo Ren's whole existence is basically him just saying, I'm going to continue Darth Vader's evil legacy. Damn. In his last moments of life, he was not evil. So wouldn't you, in theory, be a good guy for continuing his legacy? I mean, holy Major League doink. The movie just left me extremely speechless, or really all of it. But where I will say Disney had a hit, and this is the only time they had a hit, Rogue One. I will glaze Rogue One. Fine, that is the only good movie that they have made. Yeah, the only time you'll ever catch me glazing Disney Star Wars is when the words Rogue One are coming out of my mouth. Any other time you hear me talking about any other Star Wars Disney movie, it'll be just pure trash talk coming out of my mouth. Literally. And then, well, I don't really have much to say about Rogue One. Minus that the characters that they actually had were sick. Sad ending too, by the way. They ended up having to die because they, I forget. That's bad. How did I forget? And then there's one more Star Wars movie that Disney made. Solo. That movie was, it wasn't good, wasn't bad, it was middle of the road. It was just middle of the road, yeah. It didn't hit out the ballpark for me. It wasn't horrible. It didn't make me want to vomit at all. It was just kind of there. Though, one problem I do have with it, the movie came in the storyline terms before Han Solo met Luke and Ben Kenobi, or Obi-Wan Kenobi, if you want to get more technical with it. Before then, he was not a hero. He was a guy that kind of just roamed around the galaxy doing stuff. So the movie really didn't make sense in terms of the Star Wars storyline that George Lucas had made himself. So yeah, that's all I really had to say for today. Disney Star Wars, as of right now, in my opinion, is just a pending dog shit. They only have one good movie out of what? They've dropped things going on. Solo. Yeah. They have one hit out of 5 movies. That is a horrible, that's some bad rain. That's some bad rain. That is some bad rain, bro. That's all I had to say. Hope you all enjoyed today's video. Again, sorry I haven't been posting that much. Yeah. That's all I had to say. God loves you. Toodaloos.